Hi guys, Squad here. Welcome to another video on Satisfactory and a little Let's Play series. I think this will be the last video ahead of the release on the 19th because we've more or less done everything tech level wise. I did go ahead and do the jumper things, threw some materials in there. As you can see, milestone at the top right, exploration basics, not really necessary yet until we start exploring, and that's not worth it until we can actually research stuff in the MAM, which is currently bugged out with the hard drive. So there's not a lot I can do about that tech-wise until the game releases properly. Well, early access properly. What I have gone and done is I've built out this second floor a bit here. And I've put these two storage blocks there. And I've routed copper ingots into it, as you can see through the wall on the upper floor. So I've gone and done that off camera, as it were, so that save you watching me build out this thing in a dull fashion. I've also put this steep ramp down here. So what I did was just put some of the steep slopes on it, which are these things here, the foundations, these 8x4. So the 4-meter drops, which is the height of a wall, and then through some wall panels down the side, and that just gives us a way up there. I put a double entry onto the upper floor there, and then put this stack here. And what I'm about to do next is basically, so the copper ingots are now being routed there, but not exclusively. I've just taken a feed off the splitter up there, as you'll see. I need to go and remove that split shortly. Now, in terms of the other belt is going to be going into the concrete storage, which we're going to use a bit later on. So what I want to do is bring concrete storage in-house. Now, remember, we've got another concrete being made over there, so we need to bring that in along the wall somewhere here. And that concrete currently is being split along here, along this belt. So what I'd like to do is basically keep things separate. So probably keep the concrete over that side of the factory and all the kind of coppery stuff over this side of the factory. But I think I've run out of material. I've probably run out of concrete, haven't I? Yes, I've run out of concrete, ironically. So let's quickly jump down here and grab some concrete. And then we can actually take most of it, to be honest, if not all of it, and we can basically route that straight up to that belt there. And for now, we'll just we'll make some belts along the inside walls, and we'll just store it. That's all we're going to do. So really, we're just going to move storage to save having it outside. Also, while we're going along here, we'll build up the second floor. So just one of the final things that I guess I want to get done is just get things ready for when the game progresses on the 19th by having a factory that's kind of fit for purpose. Now, I have noticed on the iron side of things that we are consuming iron plates because those assemblers that we built, we're just not making iron plates quick enough. So our iron plate storage is actually depleting now. I've not checked the iron rods just to see if they're depleting, but the iron plates definitely are. So one of the things we're going to have to do next time is basically ramp up the production of iron plates, as it were. Let's get that done. Okay, that's basically the ramp entrance there. So we'll stick a doorway on that, and we'll stick a basic wall up here. Cool. So it's going to come along, let's see, that's going to come in there. We can probably belt that across and then bring it over here, merge it and store it. That's going to be the basic thing we're going to be doing. Come on, game. If we just build out a little bit more. Crikey. I suspect that's a thing that needs to be sorted out, because I'm pretty certain we shouldn't be getting smoke through the floor like that. That's actually slightly annoying. So what I'll do is I'll spin that around. We'll just have one for now. We could do two, but we'll just have one container, I think. Let's see, we want the merge to be... Oh yes, there you go. So we've unlocked the jump pad and the jelly landing pad, and all you do is you just power these up, and then basically you jump onto it, and boom, you're gone. That's all that's about. So we'll quickly just I don't want that. What am I doing that for? I want a logistics conveyor merger. There we go. So we'll build that. So, can we build a fast one? We'll just build a Mark II. I don't think we're going to need it, but I'll build a Mark II just in case. And then we're going to be wanting to merge in from either side. Actually, that one can merge in from here, can't it? So that one comes straight down there like that. So if we build it, perhaps that might be too steep. We'll find out. That's fine. So we'll get rid of that wall there and go for wall, perpendicular, spin it round, and then bring that straight to here, and then turn that into So that'll bring one of them in. The other one's going to come in from over there. We might as well just bring it. Actually, we'll look from the outside. I don't want to presume anything. We'll have a look from the outside. Let's quickly go down here. And we can now deconstruct this box. We'll deconstruct that. And we'll belt that straight. Ah, it doesn't want to go. Why doesn't it want to go? Is it too steep? Conveyor belt is too steep. Yay! That's not ideal, is it? Can't really move that thing, so we might just have to try and encourage it a little bit. Maybe take a bit more space. No, it doesn't like that either. Let's try that. Okay, it's alright with that. We're alright with that. There we go. Just need a little bit more room to go. Vertical. Okay, so now we've got concrete being stored on site instead of down there. We've just got the other one to link in. Shouldn't take a second. Let's see. We're just not going to work out the best place for it to come in, really. Let's see. So that is the roof. That's the floor. That's the upper floor, isn't it, there? So if we can perhaps bring it in there. Perpendicular wall. Actually, it's put the wrong thing. My bad. Now we'll put a double there. We're not going to need a double, but I kind of feel that if you've got the double, put it in now, because if you want to swap it out later, you're going to start faffing around disconnecting. Actually, we'll build a stack if we can. The stacks are slightly better for this kind of thing. I'll tell you why. When I think about it, I decided, you know what, if we build one of these, not only do they go quite high, there are multiple belts. So they go higher than a normal thing does. But later on, you can put more belts on here and route them into different parts of the wall. So they're quite kind of... It appealed to me in terms of future organisation prospects. Now, let's see how much backpack space we have. We got enough to take all of this? Nope. Should I build a very quick storage box? Yep. Just want to make sure that I can deconstruct that. This, and just to help this go in the right direction, we're going to build a little pole here. I think that's the best use I can find of those particular poles is... You're going to tell me that's in the way, aren't you? Oh my god. What a numpty. Right, okay. Let's get rid of all that. Alright, it's no biggie. Get rid of this. And we should now be able to build there. And then from here, we can go to there. Maybe the top one. And then let's take a guess that the top one goes to the left side, but without actually looking, it is a complete guess. And again, all we're going to do is put that into storage with the other one. Okay, that wasn't a bad guess. It's not too bad at all. So if we bring it in, say about here. may be too steep. Let's find out. Oh, that's fine. Okay. There you go. Sweet. And if we jump on there and have a quick run over there, we should start to see... Oh, look. Bags of concrete coming down the line. Fantastic. What that means is I can go over here now and we can chuck all of our concrete actually into storage. Should probably sort that'd be easy. Chuck all that into storage and go outside and get the storage box. And then the only thing we've got left to tidy up is the copper productions. Now, what I was thinking about with the copper production, because we've got all these ingots coming in, but we're only making copper wire. But we can actually make, from the copper wire, I believe you can make the copper cable. Let's go with that. Okay, so that's now standalone. We don't need to have this anymore. That can go as well. In fact, I mean, that doesn't need to be... I will leave it there. It's fine. Whatever. So, the only thing I didn't do was storage that, but that's fine. Okay, don't worry about it. We shall leave it. So let's go and have a quick look at our... Actually, you know what? We'll just get copper production up and running, and then we'll go and disconnect that other one. So what I want to do is, if we build a quick crafting bench here. Spin it around. That's... if we build this here, you can see wire, which we can make straight from ingots, and cable comes from wire. So what we can do is we can basically make wire and then split it, and half of it can go into storage and half of it can be made into cable. Both of them are single items, so we only need constructors, we don't need assemblers for this. But it would be useful to have this stuff being made. Potentially we can use it, to other items later. Actually, let's go ahead and complete that bar. Let's try and leave this outer walkway free. Like, I don't want to build on here, so we can actually get around the factory if we want to. Which means if we're coming out of here, we're going to have to sort of turn and construct that way, or turn and construct that way. I'm going to go probably this way. Actually, thinking about it. No, I'm not. I'm going to go this way because if anything, later on, we are probably going to want to get copper products and mesh them later with these kind of irony products. And if we go the wrong way at this point, we're going to have to start routing things back later. So I think it is a guess, but I think this is probably the best bet. So the ingots are going to come out of here at ground level. I basically routed it the other way this time, brought it at the top, routed it on the bottom. It's a slightly riskier solution because that is not stackable now, if you think about it. If it's an up one, I can keep going up and up and up and up, but there's a limit anyway because I'm going to put an upper floor there, possibly. And also being on the ground floor means belts on the ground level, which I don't really like. So something to be avoided. Constructor. Oh, see, look, we need iron plates. Iron plates and cables, but maybe I can actually make some on site here. We shall see. It's nice seeing products running around the inside wall. Let's see, cables. Iron plates. Go. How many constructors can we make from that? Oh, hang on, it's reinforced. It's reinforced we need. There we go. So if we have a look at that, we should be able to make 2 of them, which we can. So yeah, like I said, we're going to split. We're going to take these out of here, make copper wire. So we'll have the constructor for that. Right nearby. There, probably. Let me just quickly check what copper wire. 15 per minute, producing 45. Okay, so that's fine. If that can easily do 15 per minute, no problemo at all. Then what we're going to want to do is... Did you see it throw things but not actually build stuff? I thought I was imagining that at first, but it actually is a thing. Let's see, logistics, splitter. So we're going to turn this around so the inputs lined up. We shall go probably forward and left the splitter. Now 45 per minute, so we can belt that with a single belt, Mark 1 belt I should say, without the risk of speed issues. This upper floor is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Right, so we're going to want to... So we're splitting that into wires. Let's put the power up next to it while I remember. Actually, that's a good point. I don't actually have any power up here yet. This is the first thing we've built up here, so that's interesting. What's the best way of getting power up here, I wonder? Guess? Guess if we put something over here and let's have a quick look outside. So that's on 4. It's a little bit cheeky, but the game doesn't really give me a nice way of doing this. I would like to see maybe a wall panel which has like a power connector point on it, and then I could connect to that on the outside, and then the inside I can connect through, because that looks a bit naff. So yeah, if they put like power connector walls on there, walls with power, remote power sockets, a bit like a power point on this thing, would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Actually look quite decent as well. So we're going to build, let's put here like that, and we'll connect from there to there to there, and there to... We're just within capacity, so that's okay. That's going to start producing as it should, and then going to want a storage container for this one. So we're going to take some of them and store them away. Actually, we'll store them off over this side. And then the other one is going to go into a constructor, which will line up like that. Some of it's going to go here. Some of it's going to go here. And this thing is going to make cables. 30 per minute. What was the output on this thing? 15. Okay. So 15 is going to get split. Oh, actually, no. Tell a lie. 45. That's going to get split into 2, which is like 22 and a half. And it needs 30 per minute for this thing. So it's not going to be running efficiently, but it really doesn't matter that much. We don't need like a tremendous amount of these things yet. Maybe later I'll have to make it more efficient. Then finally we shall... Whoops. I'm sure that said wall then. Finally, for now, we shall just chuck this into storage. Like that. Check power. Yeesh. We're going to have to start seriously thinking about another power upgrade. I think the best thing is going to be power shards on the current power gens, rather than trying to... Well, we could make a 4th one, actually. I think the coal belt can more than cope with it. So yeah, what we're doing now is basically storing these wires, and also the wires are going into this thing and storing cables. So we've got wires and cables both being produced for later use. We've got concrete being stored in one place on the factory and nowhere else. So we just go upstairs when we want to get any copper or concrete products. The last piece of the jigsaw rests over here. And I shall show you what I mean. Because what I did up here was I took a split, if you remember, from there. Which is now not going to be the case. And this thing was basically manufacturing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of wire. Which, honestly, is just huge overkill. So we're going to just disassemble all of this. This will actually reduce our power requirements, which is nice. We'll take all that production offline. It's pointless. We'll take this splitter away. We shall remove that, and just link that to there. There's no point making this a Mark II belt yet, because this thing only outputs, I think, at 30. Yeah, 30 per minute, so a 60 belt is more than capable. This little carousel. Oh boy. So, for now, I'll just dump that. And we'll just leave. Like, honestly, trying to move this much copper wire, not going to happen. Sort this. So it's nice to walk around with some, and we need some up here if you look. The current milestone. That reminds me, what is the current space elevator milestone? Let's have a very quick look. Oh yes, it was motors and modular frames, and we can't make motors yet because we need steel. 500 modular frames. Oh boy. I didn't build an assembler for that. That's going to be nasty. Let's have a look at the power draw. Yeah, we've got about, what's that? Probably about 20 or so megawatt, 25 megawatt headroom. Maybe enough for a, well, we know we can do 2 constructors with it, so it'll do for now. So what I'd also want to do, I guess, is move the hub indoors, because it's, you know, it's sat out here. Although, if you look at the height of this thing, I'm actually thinking maybe we should leave it outdoors, but just perhaps put an archway from here into it. Maybe that's the best thing. Maybe if you like, get rid of this and then just kind of build a dedicated floor for it here. Assuming it'll actually fit there. That power line goes up there, we know that. That's going to have to move. Dang it. So maybe if you put that over... This is less than ideal. Stuff's going to go offline here. Actually, before I do this, because I know that this has probably got a load of stuff in it, let's grab these things out here. And we'll just create another storage box there for now. Sort that. Because otherwise, when you dismantle this thing, like, all of this stuff is going to come with us into our backpack, and it's not going to happen. I just put everything the wrong way, like a complete spanner. Did you see that? You know, I could just click take all, couldn't I? What do we want to store in here? Junk, basically. We need some biofuel on us, cables on us, that's fine. Ingots we don't need. Flower petals we don't need, those we don't need. Iron ingot. Pays to have 1 stack lying around. Bars will keep, leaves, that. A minute. I got 10 motors, didn't I? That's interesting. We got 10 motors, not by making them. We found them from the pod. How many motors did that space elevator need? Put the wood in there for now. Coal, I don't know if I'm carrying coal. Rotor. Okay, that's fine. Got nothing else in it, so we'll just deconstruct this. I was expecting stuff to power down then, but thankfully it didn't. Right. This is definitely not ideal. This whole thing's not being used, to be honest. Like this is our old power generation. So it's like entirely useless and needs disassembling, really. This is going to go... there. That will now connect to here. This can be torn apart. And And I think everything will stay online though. Looks like it did. Wasn't too bad. The wall back. Apparently I can't afford a floor because I probably put all my concrete over here. Not sure if the hub... Dear me, that's annoying. It's a special hub. And let's see if I can fit this thing in here. Put it up against that wall as much as we can. Looks like we need to build a little bit that way. Okay, this is so hard to see what we're doing. Like holding an object this big in your hands is just nuts. Okay, gens are on this side. Get out that way, we can get out that way. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we can basically load up all the stuff from here. And we can dump it into here for now. Including the rotors, the motor, the modular frames. Keep that, we keep that. Yes, that's better. A little bit of tidy up there. And... do you know, I've just realised something. Wonder what's happened to the MAM research. Okay, we'll leave that there. Yeah, interesting enough, you can't put those on here. It won't let you build them on here. We was researching the hard drive, if you remember. Okay, that's still there. We're not going to click that because it'll crash. And it's on about generators and stuff. Oh, that's where the biofuel came from. I thought I had extra biofuel. Put those on standby. We actually don't care about those at all. And power line. It's probably complaining because it's not connected. Okay, I'm not going to put fuel in them. Because honestly, if the power goes off, it's not like they're going to do very much anyway. Like 20 megawatts, they're just starter generators. These I thought we turned off. We did, so I don't know why they're making loads of noise. Again, they can just literally go because it's pointless. Life is so much quieter. Nice. So we've got our hub sat outside our factory, so we're not going to build anything above this. But we've got... That's a big tidy up, isn't it, when you think about it? This whole thing here can go. This is all the biofuel production, but I won't remove it until we actually need to. What I was just thinking, though, was we need another way of getting up there, because right now the only way I have of getting upstairs... Actually, we've got staircases. Wait a second. Wait. Not built these yet. Let's have a quick play with the staircases. Organisation, where is it? Logistics. Don't tell me that's the next research item. Oh, we've not built a tractor yet. I can't believe I've not shown you guys the tractor. Stairs left, stairs right. Makes it easy to get onto the floors of your structure. What's the research? Because the research has... Exploration basics, tier 2, walkways, there you go. Walkway straight, a bunch of stuff. Chuck that in, chuck that in, chuck that and that. Plates and bars. Quickly craft a few of those. Like what, 80 odd plates? I don't know if we're gonna have enough materials for both. So we need what, 73? That's more than enough. And then we need 102 of these. So that'll unlock the walkways and we can have a quick look at that. See what that's all about. By the time I've run to the factory and got this, we may as well just, you know, make it manually. Let's just check everything launches out of here.
Milestone reached.
Should
After
do.
medical consultation, additional buildings aimed at
Clips in the
factory
wall a little
traversal
bit.
have been added. Walkways can now be accessed in the build menu.
Okay, so walkways can now be accessed. Where does it put them? Organization, apparently. So walkway ramp, walkway turn, walkway straight. Let's have a look at that. Ah, it's not a wall thing, it's a floor thing. Huh. So you kind of create these official walkways around your factory. Interesting. Okay, let me try the staircase then. What was the staircase? Walkway ramp. Left. So that doesn't really take you very high, does it? Like, is there a way that... How do you make that go? I'm trying to build a spiral staircase, like, it doesn't look like you can. Stairs left, stairs right. Because that doesn't actually... What does it say for this? It says, makes it easier to get to other floors of your structure. Snaps the foundations. Well, it doesn't really snap to foundations, does it? Like, it brings you up here, and it doesn't bring you the full height of a floor. It kind of brings you up 2 meters, not 4 meters. Like, it would bring you up, here. It would bring you up that level. But you can't. That's just bizarre. Okay, I need to have a play with that. Let me dump this biofuel. I'll have to play with that. But what I want to do is, like, have another ramp going up there. Because at the moment, the only way to get up there is to go out here and climb up this ramp. The alternative, of course, is we have one of those jump things. I'm not sure how controllable that is, but you could basically jump up there. And then land on the second floor on a lovely soft gel pad. How are we doing here? 130 cables, 400 copper things. That's good. Factory's doing good. Let me just show you the problem I mentioned earlier, which is this one. Down here, there's iron plates being made, but look, there's none left in that one now. And that one is being depleted. See? So that's going to run out. The reason is they're all being consumed because all of this production line is active. However, I mean, it would stop sucking iron plates at the point where this had been filled up, but that's, you know, the speed this thing works. That's going to 5 per minute. That's going to take a while. Like a long time. As you can see, we've got a lot of rotors. Like, strictly speaking, I could stop making them. I'd love to be able to do the Factory thing and say stop, you know, limit this size to 500 capacity. There should be options here to limit the storage capacity. Because I don't need to make any more of those. But yeah, that's I think that's as far as we can go, really, in the current build of the game. because we've got all the tech unlocked. I mean, the only thing I'm missing is assembly of the modular frame, but that's about it. I need to what I need to be able to do now is research and do shards, and I can't do that until the early access release, so we'll have to carry on with the Let's Play after that. But I hope, if you've been following the series, I hope you've been enjoying it. Let me know your thoughts on things. If you actually understand the staircases, let me know in the comments about how they work, because it's weird. What I want is to be able to just have some kind of a staircase. Ideally a spiral staircase that goes up to that floor. That's all I want. Just a way of getting up there. There's not a ramp. Or a jump pad. So if you happen to know, let me know in the comments. And I'm enjoying this game. I can't wait to see what happens when it releases and seeing where it goes in terms of early access. It's going to be an interesting journey. But that's it for this one. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the vid. Take care, guys. Happy manufacturing.